Rear Admiral Peter Purcell. Peter Purcell completed his secondary education at CBC after moving to Warrnambool from Shepparton. Peter has strong memories of his schooling, especially the friendship provided to him as a newcomer by the group in his year. He recalls excellent teaching, particularly in maths with Brother Flarty, and the love of sport in the class he had joined at CBC. As a Second World War baby whose father flew with the RAAF, Peter was aware of the need for national defence and had some of what a career in the Navy might entail. This, the opportunity for travel, and the experience of living in a coastal town influenced Peter to join the Navy and complete his schooling at the Royal Australian Naval College. Peter joined the RANC in 1958 and graduated dux of his entry in 1960. Peter was at sea as a midshipman for the next 18 months in the frigate HMAS Quiberon and the aircraft carrier HMAS Melbourne. He served in these ships in the Far East Strategic Reserve during the Malayan Emergency in 1961-62 and was awarded the Australian and Malaysian Service Medals for his service. Peter took engineering studies at the Royal Navy Engineering College in Plymouth, UK. He graduated with a London University engineering degree and was promoted to lieutenant in 1965. This was followed by applied engineering studies in the UK and USA. He joined the guided missile destroyer HMAS Hobart for its second deployment of the Vietnam War in 1968. During this deployment, the ship came under friendly fire from US forces, resulting in the loss of lives, significant injuries, and major damage to the ship's weapon systems. Repairs were made at the US Naval Base in Subic Bay in the Philippines, and following repairs, the ship returned to the gun line. Peter was awarded the Australian Active Service Medal for this period of service. In the 1970s, Peter had appointments to the staff of the Australian Naval Attaché Washington, USA, followed by further training in the US and service at the Long Beach, California US Naval Shipyard as part of the introduction of digital computing technology to the Australia's squadron of guided missile destroyers. Peter was posted to Garden Island Dockyard in Sydney for the digital computing upgrade of HMAS Hobart in the mid-1970s, and then as Weapons Electrical Engineering Officer of the ship and subsequently the Guided Missile Destroyer Squadron. He completed a Macquarie University degree in Economic and Financial Studies in this period. Following his time at sea, Peter was appointed to a series of Navy and Defence positions in Canberra. Included among these, he was appointed an Honorary Aide-de-Camp to the Governor-General in 1988. Canberra postings culminated in senior positions in engineering, project management and governance as a Commodore and Rear Admiral. Included in these were Director General Naval Production, Chief Naval Engineer, Assistant Chief of Navy, Material and Head Systems Acquisition, and Maritime and Ground Systems. Over this time frame, much of the present RAN fleet of ships and submarines was acquired or significantly modified. Peter's own leadership was recognised in June 1995 when he was made an Officer in the Order of Australia for exemplary service to the Royal Australian Navy, particularly as a Director General of Naval Production. Following retirement from the Navy in 1999, Peter served on a number of boards, and from 2000 to the present, he has worked as a Senior Advisor to Defence as a member of its Project Governance and Assurance Boards. He was also a Senior Advisor to the Australian Customs Service in the renewal of its coastal surveillance capability. Peter is a long-term supporter of ICAN, an international campaign to abolish nuclear weapons, and is a former president and now life member of the RAN Ski Club. Peter was a competitor and coach with the Navy Inter-Service Nordic and Biathlon team for 2 decades. Peter's very multinational family has accompanied him around the world, and Peter's oldest son, Mark, has followed in his footsteps. Rear Admiral Mark Purcell was also made a member of the Order of Australia. Peter Purcell has given a lifetime service to Australia. We welcome Peter Purcell to the Emmanuel College Inspiring Alumni.